Hi there, Natalie with you today with a new idea to add a touch of fall to your memory keeping layouts using the new Craft Your Life project kit, Sunshine Flowers. So come join me. Hi there, and welcome to a new episode of Inspired by a Card with Natalie. Today we're going to be working with the new Craft Your Life project kit, Sunshine Flowers, to create a new layout that's going to add a touch of fall to your memory keeping layouts. And the idea or the inspiration comes from Deepa Robbins. She created this beautiful card, and I thought that the colors and the feel were just perfect for the cover of my gratitude journal for the month of October. So I am going to start by stamping the images from the Craft Your Life project kit, Sunshine Flowers. There's two big flowers that come in this set, and I'm going to stamp them using my stamp wheel and Obsidian ink onto white cardstock. Once I have stamped them, I'm actually going to use a little bit of the inspiration from Deepa for the colors for my layout. So I'm going to start actually with the stencils that come in this set, and I'm going to start with Sunray. I'm using the new fresh dye inks, and I love the colors. That just is beautiful. So the way I'm going to add the ink is I'm actually going to put emphasis, or I'm going to add extra color to the tips of the petals, and also the part that is, I'm going to call it this, not the center, but the edge, like the two edges, the one that is closer to the petals and the one that's right at the outside edge of each of the petals. I want the center to be kind of on the white side. So you're going to see that I'm going to take my time. I'm going to show you little snippets of how I went about it, but I'm making sure that the tips of the flower are the yellowest, and towards the center also a little bit on the yellow. I want kind of a nice mixture of yellow, white, and the next color. I just want it to be really light. When I looked at Deepa, she had like this combination of yellow with purple, and I want to use something similar, but I want to give it, like I said, a little bit more of a fall feel. So for that, when it came to the second step on the stencils, the first one actually creates or colors your flower. The second one is the one that's going to add details. I am actually using frosty pink for this. It's just going to give me a little bit of that orangey, like that rusty color that fall, we're so familiar with fall. And once again, I'm going to go really with a lot of pressure towards the tips of the petals. And I'm going to leave quite a bit of empty space, or like kind of leave it on the whitish side in the center of each petal. And I'm going to repeat that for all my two flowers. Now for my leaves, I'm not going to go green. I'm actually going to go towards the brownish greenish. So I'm going to start with pink sand. And again, I'm going to go hard or apply quite a bit of the color towards the tip of the leaves. And then I'm going to come with paperback. I'm not moving the stencil. I'm keeping the first step. The first step of the stencil is the one that is going to color the leaf. So I'm going to apply it kind of in the color in two sections. Pink sand towards the tips of the petal, and paperback towards the leaf. And paperback towards the part of the leaf that's closer to the flower. Now for the second part, the one that adds the detail, I'm actually going to use olive, because it's going to bring kind of that muted fallish tone to my leaves. Now, I really love the color combination in Deepa's card. So I'm going to bring a little bit similar for my center of my flower. So you're going to see that I'm using two colors. I'm using Alpine Aster and Crystal Violet to bring a little bit of that kind of purplish bluish tone that Deepa used for her card. I don't want to make it completely like brown, because then it'd be like a little bit too dark. So I thought that the pop of blue was going to be perfect, kind of like I'm going to call periwinkle in this layer will be perfect. And I'm going to add a little bit of paperback at the end of my ink blending on the center of the flower, just to mute it a little bit. Once I have my ink ready, I'm going to use the die to cut them and have the flowers ready. I already know that I'm going to kind of follow the idea that Deepa has and kind of cluster them towards the left of my page. I love the glitter that she's adding. You're going to see that I'm playing with my flowers. I know how they're going to sit. And what I want to do is, because you got to understand that I'm creating a 6x8 layout for my journal, kind of the area that I have to fill with these flowers is a little bit larger, and I want to add a little bit of extra texture. For this, I'm going to use the embossing folder from the Craft Your Life project kit, Sunshine Flowers, and I'm going to emboss that big, I think it's like like a big daisy right on the center of my page. Once it comes down, I'm going to apply a little bit of pink sand. All I'm doing is just rubbing my ink pad kind of lightly on the embossed area, so the stuff that is like kind of sticking out or just embossed, it's just gonna grab a little bit of that ink. You're gonna see that I'm actually gonna smudge a little bit onto the background, and I'm okay with that because the flowers are so large that are gonna cover quite a bit of that. I'm just adding that extra bit of texture and color because I have a larger area compared to an A2 card. So that's the big difference here. Now, like I said before, I do love the glitter edge that Deepa added on her card, so I'm gonna follow the same idea. Now here's where it's gonna make it a little bit different compared to other layouts that I've created. Usually I create the binding within the page. This time I wanted my title page to kind of float on my album. For that, I'm gonna use the sticky strip. It's available in the place where I buy my albums, and I thought that was a great way to hide, like to hold the page together and also hide it with the glitter paper. The glitter paper that I'm using is actually Brown Diamond from the Brilliant Red Glitter Cardstock set. And I'm going to cut 1.5-inch strips. I thought it was thick enough. And you're going to see that I'm going to glue them back to back with the ultra sticky tape. Once I have once I have them in place, I'm going to cut the excess, and that little piece that is left over, I'm actually going to cut 1/4 inch strips, and I'm going to create that little thin line that Deepa has on her card. I really fell in love with her card. So I'm going to glue it around 1/4 inch from the thick strip, and then I'm going to set my flowers. Like I said, I'm going to just put them towards the left of the page, kind of cluster in one area so that they create like this large cluster with my embossed folder. Now, I added a little bit of foam adhesive towards the tips of the flowers that go towards the right of the page, and I'm going to glue whatever's sitting right on top of the glitter. I'm going to cut the excess. I want that clean, nice edge. And then the leftover pieces, I'm actually going to use them. There's a few leaves that came out. I'm going to use them to bulk up my cluster. I don't want to waste, first of all, and I think you just need a little bit more of the brown tone to bring more of the fall feel. Now, here's the big difference. Deepa used a sentiment to actually make the focal point of her layout. I'm actually going to stamp my sentiment, or in this case my title. I am using the Greatest Blessings stamp set, and you're gonna see that I'm using 2 of the sentiments. The one that says grateful for the small things, big and everything in between. I'm going to use that as my my subtitle. So I'm using paperback to stamp that. And I'm going to use the sentiment that says thankful, grateful, and blessed. That's going to be kind of my title. I'm going to use Obsidian black ink for that. Outside of the camera, I actually stamped October 2023. So by the time you see this, I've already added like 5 entries onto my gratitude journal. So I'm going to add just a few glitter drops just because I love the fact that you need that pop of shine to match the page and also to kind of continue the inspiration from Deepa's card. But that's about it. I love how this turned out. Like I said, I fell in love with Deepa's card. I thought it was beautiful. It just gave me that feel of fall, and I wanted to translate that into my layout with a few twists just because I need to enlarge it. And I hope this inspires you to create something that, starts your fall crafting in a way. As always, you can check all the details for this on the blog. And if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact me. Just leave me a comment and I'll be able to answer. As always, thank you so much for joining me, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Take care, guys.
Hello there! Did that video just spark your creativity? And do you want more project ideas and inspiration videos too? Well, if you do, please make sure that you subscribe to the Alternate YouTube channel. Also, make sure that you do click that notification bell so you don't miss a video. Thanks so much for watching. Bye bye!